G'day, just going to do a reasonably short video, under 5 minutes hopefully. Just to help. I was in conversation with Puckleman about that Abus. I saw her video, and she's having trouble putting that restrictor plate. It's a captive plate that sort of snaps in down the bottom. Yeah, that's there for a reason. If you don't have that in there, well, what's going to happen? You have no restriction with turning it, so you can actually overturn. And what's going to happen when you overturn, you're going to release that shackle. It's released now, but without that plate you can actually physically turn it further than you should do, which is going to release the shackle. That's what that plate's for. So yeah, it does fit in there. It's like you could sort of liken it to a piston, a ring. It's got that slot there, so you can, if you're having trouble getting it in there, just give it a bit of a tap. Just close the gap up slightly. Don't bash the shit out of it, just very slightly, till you get a nice firm. This battery's gonna go. It's fucking getting hot again. Oh, hang on. Hang on. See what happens. Alright. Yeah, it's been bloody 45 plus 45.6 today or something, or 46. 49.8 up mid-north today, so nearly 50 degrees. Fucking hot. And we had bushfires too. It's Cataly Creek near the Gawler Expressway, which is only about 8 k's from me, 10 k's. So yeah, they got pretty close. They were out of control for a while. Yeah, definitely a scorcher. Anyway, getting off topic. Yeah, so you just compress it a little bit so you can fit it in there, and make sure that little slot is at the 4 o'clock position and the nipple's on the 12 o'clock position. Just get it in there like so. Just get an object. I'll use this for, Daz ever sent me this one, just a plug follower. Just yeah, push it down there, and just orientate that little nipple there to 12 o'clock. Yeah, like so. So it's in that position, and just drive it home. So it goes. You sort of hear it click a bit, and that's in its correct position. Yeah, make sure that slot is at 4 o'clock, and that way you can't over rotate it to pop the shackle, because that Abus tool, what that is, it's, I had mine but I gave it to Rookie Lock. It's just a little, you can make them up yourself, they're pretty simple. All that does, it's got a little recess on each side at the end which goes behind the disc to give you that further rotation to retrieve, get the shackle out. So yeah, once you've done that, then you'll be right. Before I go to, you're having trouble, this is a Silca blank. This is, I'm not sure which blank you were using. It didn't look like a Silca. I don't know, I couldn't really tell. Is it a DL, Dominion Lock blank? They're not as refined as Silca. So a Silca blank you could use as a zero-bitted blank. But the one you got is probably not as refined as the Silca blank. So what's happening, the pins are too high. That's why you're getting binding. So a zero-bitted key is actually zero-bitted to that cut of that lock. So that's a 0-bit on a Lockwood, very small. So with yours, just, I think I said to you, get a file, just a small file, and run the file from the shoulder to the tip. Just run it over the blade. Don't go too hard, just very light, just very light. Push it in, turn until you get a nice and smooth operation. Then you have a genuine zero-bitted key for a Lockwood. Pins. Yeah, so that's what I meant by it's just giving it a file. So anyway, so yeah, 5 minutes nearly, so that'll do. So yeah, just give it a bit of a, just squeeze it a little bit so you can compress it, get it in there nice and flush. I mean, sort of flush and parallel with the edge, and just knock it down gently. and just orientate the nipple to 12 o'clock. Make sure that the slot's at 4 o'clock, and just drive it home. You'll hear it's like a little subtle click, and then you could put your plug back in. Yeah, so that plug from Noctis may have been a brand new one. Maybe he got one completely dismantled and just put the actuator and spring in for you, but left the restrictor plate out. So I think, yeah, Funky said restrictor plate. That sounds like good to me, mate. That's what it is, basically. Just restricts movement of that core, so you don't over rotate and pop your shackle every time. So what's going to happen with that plate, if you turn it, your core is now, or your padlock, if you open it and turn it, that's going to sort of potentially pop out. So anyway, that'll do. Yeah, next 6 minutes. Shortest video, so yeah, well, till next year probably. Yeah, take care, and yeah, goodbye.